Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is the 11th day. It is Tuesday, the 11th day of January, 2022. I hope you're healthy and COVID-free today. I hope that you and your family and the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field and the first responders like those that responded to fires in New York City. My wife and I visited for the death of a cousin a couple months ago. Right across the project sidewalk, really, there was a fire, and the first responders were there, saved a few lives. A couple of the people in there had to climb down to get out to safety, but the first responders went there, and there was one death, unfortunately. And then yesterday, blessings upon the family of those 9 victims that the fire took place in the Bronx a couple of days ago. And the first responders came as fast as they could to save life. Blessings upon the first responders. Blessings upon those in the healthcare field trying and risking their lives daily to save lives. Blessings upon those that pick up garbage for us. Keep our streets and sidewalks clean. Blessings also upon those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on those trying to deliver and help and rescue the people, the children that are victims of pornography and child pornography, of prostitution and child prostitution, of molestation and pedophilia, human trafficking and sex slave operations. Blessings upon the victims and those trying to help and rescue the victims, and double curses on the profiteers and perverts that cause this misery and suffering for money. Finally, blessings upon the homeless. 600,000 men, women, and children in the United States without a roof over their head today on the 11th of January. And millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There was a basketball game last night. Our New York Knicks defeated the San Antonio Spurs 111-96. Man, I was really impressed with the game last night on a number of levels. It'd be nice if the Knicks could play the Spurs and the Celtics 41 times each during the seasons, because we really have had some of our better games this year against those two teams. I think last night was probably the best all-around game the Knicks played. As I think I alluded to yesterday, talking about the internal chess match between the Don and Coach Thibodeau, and that how organically it was going to play itself out. Coach Thibodeau went with a 9-man rotation yesterday. Now, the reason he went with the 9-man rotation was because Fournier was available. If Fournier wasn't available, as crazy as that is, he probably would have went back to a 7-man rotation. But Fournier was available. And Fournier seems to be in a groove now. I mean, we know about the 41-point outburst against the Spurs last week. But, and he scored, last night he scored 18, but there was a rhythm. He had a rhythm. He was in rhythm when he's shooting the ball. His defense was still lacking as he was getting beat by DeJounte Murray, him and Burke, to be honest with it. But he played good enough defense to not hurt us overall. They were getting taken to the basket early, but then they kind of settled in. And it was good to see Fournier. He got 2 steals, and it was steals. The way he got the steals, one of them he was playing the passing lanes. And I like this. It's good that he's alert and he's playing that defense. That was excellent. He only played 22 minutes. This is what I mean when I say 9-man rotation. He played 22 minutes, scored 18 points. But then you got Toppin 14 minutes, Gibson 14 minutes, Quickly 25 minutes, Grimes 28 minutes, and Quickly is better off the bench. He's better off the bench. He's better when he comes off the bench and he is looking to score. He scored 12 yesterday, 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3-point line, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. He had 3 turnovers, but The turnovers overall were a little too high. 15 turnovers yesterday was too much. But overall, the team had 23 assists. Not bad. But as far as overall, I think I want to focus a little bit more on Julius Randle. Now, the offense ran in the beginning of the game. It's interesting how it worked. The game started, the offense was running through Julius, but he wasn't forcing anything. What I like, you look at his stats. Somebody's going to look at his stats and say, Julius stink, because you don't know basketball. If you look at it, the game, he was 1 of 7 from the field, 0 for 3 from the 3-point line. He only scored 2 points. But every decision, even he had 3 turnovers, but every decision was quick. Every decision was within 2 or 3 seconds. Get the ball, make a move. Get the ball, make a pass. Now, a couple of times he made the wrong pass, but it was a quick decision. To me, the key for Randle offensively is just that. You have to make quick decisions. If he starts pounding the air out the ball, 2, 3, 4 dribbles, we're in trouble. We're in trouble on many levels, even if he scores. But he made quick decisions with the basketball. That, to me, is worth his weight in gold because he is a naturally strong rebounder. He had 12 boards yesterday, and he had 3 assists. And the boards and the assists, he had hockey assists as well. So, I mean, that was key to me in letting the offense eventually flow through RJ. And when the offense started to flow through RJ's a natural scorer. I tell you all, he's a natural scorer. And he's a natural closer, which means he's a natural closer. He'll come through in the fourth for you, as we know. He'll come through in the fourth for you. And as he gets more experience, you're going to see him become that type of playoff player. That's what he's developing into. He's going to be a playoff closer like Burke is, but he's going to be better. Last night he had 31, 12 of 20 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3-point line, 4 or 5 from the line, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. And he was just doing what he does. He scored. Like I said, I'm not worried about RJ. RJ is going to continue to develop. He's going to have games like this. Then he'll have games when he's not going to score so much. But he's going to continue to develop. He is a star in the making. I'm telling you, he's Jimmy Butler on a higher level. He's 2.0. He's going to be very good. So I'm not worried about him. And having the offense run through him, that's what you want. That's what you want. Because you know what? He has very high IQ. He makes the right basketball plays. Okay? He does it because he's young. Once in a while, he does a bonehead play. But, most of the time, 90% of the time, he's going to make the right basketball play. And that's what you want. You want the ball in the hands of the guy that's going to do that. He's going to make the right basketball play. That was tremendous. Mitchell Robinson, game started, like I said, the Knicks were getting beat the point of attack. They were getting beat off the dribble to start the game, but then they settled in and they started, really scrambling and offering more help on the point of attack and getting back to their man. That's again, Julius was doing that. And that helped Mitch Rob. Mitch Rob, 13 points, 11 boards, 4 in the offensive end, 4 blocks. He's in shape. He's getting in shape now. I mean, and Tom, smartly last night, what I did notice is I think it was the beginning of the second quarter, first 2.5 minutes of the second quarter, it might have been the third quarter. But I can't remember if it was the second or third, but it was 9.5 minutes left in the quarter, and he took Mitch Rob out because Mitch Rob was already tired. Second or third quarter, he took him out, let him get a blow, then brought him back in. Don't let him run up and down the floor tired, that's no good. And he saw that. I was encouraged by that. So the important thing here for Tom in terms of what we talked about yesterday, he's going to need either D Rose if he's missing one of his starters, put it that way. And he has to do what he calls Mitch and match. What that means is shorthand for I'm going to play 8 or 7 men. That's not good. Okay? That's a bad habit he has, but it is what it is. Last night he played 9. Okay? He played 9-man rotation. I like that Grimes is in the rotation. Grimes again played 28 minutes last night. He didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but he had 6 assists. One thing about Grimes, which we always know, he affects winning. He had 6 assists last night in his 28 minutes. One of the leaders of the team, he had six, quickly had six. He scored 7 points plus 9. And of course he plays stellar defense. So, you want that. I'm concerned. But I'll talk about my concern in a second. But Alec Burks, 16 point. He was solid. 5 of 10 from the field, 3 of 6 from the field, from 3 of 3 from the line, 4 rebound, 2 assists, 2 steals. Solid. He played 32 minutes. Now look at this minutes distribution. So Randle played 34, and that's the maximum that the team played. Now see, no 40 minutes necessary. Randle played 34 minutes. RJ played 31. Burks played 32. Mitch Robb played 32. 28 for Grimes. IQ played 25. See, now, 14 for Toppin. And he played let's give him 3 minutes. He really played 12 because 2 minutes was garbage time. And then 13 minutes for Gibson. Of course, we'd like to see Toppin get more, but it was well distributed. That's a 9-man rotation right there. It was well distributed. And Fournier, as I mentioned, played 22, but they were efficient. He was 4 of 7 from 3. He's in a nice groove right now. I'm concerned because now it's been a week, maybe a week and a half. It's enough time for Kemba's knee to be ready for a couple more games. And I like the flow that they're getting in right now. So if you start Kemba now, you're going to have to take Burks out. I think you're going to take Burks out. You're going to bring Burks to Mobb Deep. And that's fine on the second unit, but I'm concerned with his knee, man. I'm really concerned with his knee. How much can he bring at a high level before he has to sit again? And we're playing Dallas tomorrow night. Dallas has won 6 straight, I think. I believe Dallas has won 6 in a row. They're really streaking right now. I mean, I knew they were going to be good, but they're really streaking right now, and they're not even completely healthy yet. Yeah, they won 6 straight. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Luka's playing at a high level. Tim Hardaway's playing at a high level. Frank was playing at a high level when he's healthy. He's not healthy right now, but they're playing ball, man. The guys are playing ball. Brunson. So this is not going to be easy. Wednesday in the Garden. Luka Doncic is a star, man. I mean, he's a prodigy with a basketball. So it's going to be interesting what happens Wednesday. That's why I'm concerned. We've traditionally done pretty well against Dallas, especially at the Garden. And so it's going to be interesting because we're basically playing New York Knicks against former New York Knicks, right? Because Dallas has a lot of former Knicks. Like I mentioned, Hardaway, there's Bullock. Who else? They just beat the Bulls, man. They just beat the Bulls the other day. So this is going to be, we got Brunson playing good, Powell, Kleber, Finney Smith's playing really good this year. I've been watching their game. Bullock, Ntilikina, Burke, Trey Burke, Tim Hardaway, all former Knicks. And so this is going to be interesting. But I'm concerned. That's my concern. The Knicks rotation right now is in a nice flow. They're in a nice flow. I really would like to see Kemba sit one more game, come back against Atlanta on Saturday night. That's what I would like, because then I'm more confident that his knee can hold up for another few games, before he has to sit again. It's going to be a continuing problem. It's arthritic. It's chronic. It's not going to go away. So, you're going to have that problem for the rest of his career. At this point, I just want to let the Knicks flow. Fournier's in a good flow right now, and he's the weak link defensively. And if he can play defense like he did yesterday, we're in good shape, because he's the only weak link, and he wasn't tremendously a train wreck yesterday. He was holding his own, and so I like that. Now, like I said, I love how Julius Randle, he only scored 2 points, but again, the decision making, and I've seen it now for 3 games, the 2 Boston games, as well as this game. Now, even the game against Boston, I had tweeted out while we were down We were down like 16 or something. I said, Julius is playing a good game. And he was. He wasn't forcing anything. He didn't trip out and start trying to take over the game. No, the game went through RJ. And look what happened. Well, he only scored 13 that night. And then, of course, we know Fournier had 41. So that was big time for us to beat Boston the first time. And then the second game, he was just tired because Tibbs decided to go with a 7-man rotation and play everybody a gazillion minutes. Anyway, so let's hope he continues with the 9-man rotation. Speaking of Tibbs and the management chess game, so Shams reported yesterday that the Knicks have been looking at Miles Turner. They really are focused on Miles Turner and Jeremy Grant. Now, we had talked about Jeremy Grant at the last free agent season as a good fit for the New York Knicks. But Jeremy decided to choose. He had many suitors, and he chose Detroit because of his relationship with the general manager. Now, I think they've decided to part ways. Jeremy wants to win again. So now the Knicks are looking at him. Now, NBA basketball is a tough business sometimes. You have to understand, Jeremy Grant makes $20 million. So, if we're going to trade for Jeremy Grant, we have to send back at least $18 million. Okay? So you have to send Detroit back $18 million. Now, my thought on this is that Kevin Knox is probably going in the trade, and he's about $6 million. So then you're going to need some other pieces. They're going to want a young piece. That's why I'm thinking Knox. And Knox would be in their rotation as soon as he got there. The logical fit as far as money is Evan Fournier. And I know this a couple weeks ago, it's like, let's trade him. But now he's starting to get in the groove. He's starting to get in the groove now. So that's and not only that, just lineup wise, you're not going to trade for Jerry and not have him start. He's starting, right? He's going to start at the 3. He's a 3 and a 4. He's going to start at the 3. You know RJ is going to start. So RJ moves to the 2. That means, Fournier's out, right? So it would be a trade that involved, and I can see Detroit taking Fournier and Knox and picks. You know why? Both Fournier and Knox are shooting at least 38% from 3 this year. As a team, Detroit is shooting 31% as a team. Their three-point shooting is really bad this year. Their best three-point shooters are the best three-point shooter is Sadiq Bey, and he's shooting 35. They would have a young piece in Knox, a shooter in Fournier, and then we'd give them draft picks. I don't know how many, but we got enough draft capital to satisfy them, So I can see that happening. And it would be kind of bittersweet because just as Fournier is getting in the flow, he's gone, right? But Jeremy Grant's a terrific defender. Not just, he's all NBA level defender. So that's what we be putting in the lineup. He's not Reggie Bullock spot up 3-point shooter. He's 33% from 3 himself. He's mid-range. He's attack mode. High IQ also. So we get a terrific defender. Decent 3-point shooter, not great. He'll hit it though in big spots. Terrific closer. Defender, closer, mid-range scorer. So yeah, it'd be interesting, but the Knicks would be better with him. Definitely would be better. And then RJ playing it too, he would be bully balling everybody that had to guard him. So yeah, it would be really good for us. As far as Miles Turner, I know they're talking to Indiana about Miles Turner. The question is, what does Indiana want? If they ask for too much, we're not pulling that trigger. Simple as that. And just look at it from a business perspective. Again, Miles Turner's making $20 million. Okay, he's making $20 million. So you got to match salaries. And then you got to ask, what do they want? Well, see, I don't see them. I don't know why they would want Fournier. They got Duarte. I don't know why they want Fournier. So they wouldn't want Fournier. So you got to match salaries. And I don't know. And they're going to want a lot of young pieces. So like they'd want Mitchell Robinson would probably be the jewel that they want. And the thing is, Mitchell Robinson's only making 1.8 million this year, right? He's making 1.8 million. So I don't know. You got to have salaries to match. You're going to probably, I mean, if they take, I'm not sure what we could give them that's not going to hurt us. I guess that's what I'm saying. I'm not giving up Obi Toppin for him. I'm not. I mean, even if you did, Obi's $5 million. So let's say you did Mitchell Robinson and Obi Toppin. You just right now, that's $7 million. You still need $13 million more. Plus draft capital. So I'm looking at you may have to send out Alec Burks. You may have to send out Alec Burks. They would take him at $9 million. He's cheap, they would take him. You may have to send out Alec Burks. You may have to send out, I don't know. They don't want Kemba. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking realistically. If they ask for RJ to get, close, I'm hanging up the phone. Forget it. I'm not giving RJ. No. So that's what I'm saying. Let's say I was willing to give up Mitch Rob. Okay. And y'all know I love Mitch Rob. Him and Deuce are my guys on the Knicks. But let's say I was willing to give up Mitch Rob. Okay. So I'm giving up Mitch Rob, 1.8 million. I'm giving up Obi, which I don't want to do. That's $7 million between the two of them. Okay. And you're going to have a sign and trade for Mitch Rob probably. Then what else we got? Alec Burks, $9 million. So, you add all that up, that's 16. You need a little bit more. Maybe you throw Ryan Arcidiacono in there. Yeah, I don't know. Wait. Szymanczyk is making $3 million. So we could throw him in there. So you got Szymanczyk, $3 million. And then between, if you were going to trade Obi and, Mitch Rob, if you're going to trade both of them, that's 7. There's 10 right there. And then you throw in Alec Burks. You got more than enough right there. That's 19. But see, y'all want to give up Alec Burks, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, and Szymanczyk for. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know how serious the talks are with Miles Turner, and I don't see Indiana giving up Miles Turner for anything less than that. Miles Turner is a game changer, So that's why I'm saying that's probably what it would require to get him. Okay. The Knicks would probably want to throw Kevin Knox in there. But I don't know if they want Kevin Knox. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I think the more likely candidate is Grant. And the reason I think that is because we would have the players that they would need to fit, especially a young piece like a Kevin Knox that can shoot with another shooter with Fournier, and they're developing. They're in rebuild mode, and then we got the draft capital, and that we got more draft capital than anybody in the NBA. So, we could give them the draft capital that they need. Grant is 27. He's just reaching his prime right now. So, to me, that's the more logical move. We'll see what happens, and in that move, Fournier goes out. And Grant comes in, so we'll see. Don ain't stupid. So, and none of these teams are really, Detroit ain't stupid either. And neither is Indiana. I mean, Kevin Pritchard is a sharp guy. I mean, he's not going to do that. So it's going to be interesting, but I think the likelihood more is for Jeremy Grant. We got competition with 3 other teams, the Lakers, the Blazers, I forgot who else, but the Lakers and the Blazers are in competition with us, and there's another team involved. I forgot who the other team was, but we got more draft capital than all of them. Okay, we got more draft capital than all of them. Dame Dollar might be shut down for the rest of the season, so I don't know how serious the Blazers would be. Anthony Simons, I like that kid coming out of high school. He's really good, and he's been scoring 20-something games last 2 games. And he's filled in very well. But CJ McCollum and Dame Dollar might be shut down. So I'm not sure what the Blazers are going to do. They don't have much draft capital, and I'm not sure what they would trade that, Indiana would want. I don't know. So I think the Knicks are in a strong position to get Jeremy Grant. So, we might see that happen. But we'll have to wait till we get closer to the trade deadline. And also, we're going to have to see how the Knicks play over the next few games. Like I said, between yesterday and February 10th, there's 16 games. Let's see how they flow. If Tom Thibodeau know what he's doing, we're going to see. If he don't, we're going to see. And the moves will be made appropriately. That's what I'm very confident in the chess moves of the Don. So, anyway, y'all have a good Tuesday. We had a good win last night. Dallas tomorrow at the Garden. Shalom.